You're this perp back with another video, and I've been holding onto this thumbnail forever now. Finally, I get to use it, and pretty much I came up with the idea, hey, what if they were to make some Shameless spin-offs? No pun intended, but, this one I'd be really interested in. But before I get into this review, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button if this is your first time finding me, and also follow me on PerpMinded420 at Twitter. Yeah, I just came up with this idea. What if they came up with a spin-off series on how Frank met Monica? I think you could explore a lot of different avenues with this story. We could just see a younger Frank and just pretty much see his downfall, see him at his high point, because, he was smart. He was in college and whatnot. He had a few relationships. There's so much that could be told from Frank's side. We get to see how his kids are living right now in Shameless, but why not go back into the past and see how Frank became the Frank that we know now? How did he beat Monica? There's just so much that you could explore. You could see a younger Fiona, maybe even a younger Lip, because they were fairly young when Monica left. You could even start off with how his first relationship, you could explore when he met Queenie, and because that's something they didn't really touch on too much, and that's something they could really expand upon and give us more in depth on how they met before he met Monica, and also give us a little bit more backstory on Sam, possibly. How Sam was pretty much left out of the picture, and she grew up without a father, grew up without Frank in her life, and it would just have everything come full circle in the entire story of Shameless. I think it would be really interesting to see. You could have that be like the first 2 seasons or something like that, or first like a season and a half or something like that. I think that'd be really cool and interesting to see, him meeting Queenie. I don't know who would play her, but going back to Frank versus how Frank met Monica, there's a lot of things you could do with this, man. The more I think about it, it'd be interesting to see, when exactly they met, how they met. Did Frank actually really love Monica the first time they saw each other? And, out of all the relationships that he's been in, Monica seems to be the closest. And you could really see this in the show, too. Spoiler alert, I don't want to spoil it, but something happens to Monica, and, this really fucks up Frank mentally. And I would really like to see the backstory of that, and how they got so close, and how, and what really made them split apart, or what was the reason Monica left, because we don't really know why she left. We have some clues and some hints, but we really don't know exactly why she left. We know she suffered from having bipolar. I would want to see that, how Frank was dealing with that earlier on. Maybe that's the reason why they kind of parted ways and she left, and who knows, there's a lot they could do with that. I'm saying, so I came up with an actor that could possibly play a young Frank. This is not likely, but Thomas Maine, I think from what I saw from him, he could pull off a pretty good young Frank. Kind of looks like him a little bit. He's a little bit taller than Willie H. Macy, but I have 2 choices for Monica, though. One being Jeanette McCurdy. Very talented girl. I think she's pretty underrated. I don't see her in much, but when I do, she does a pretty good job, and I think she could pull off a young Monica and definitely bring that humor. The second choice, I actually came across Dreamer Walker watching American Horror Story 1984. I was like, damn, she really looks like a young Monica, but you know, I think she's fairly new. But like I said, we could get a lot of different elements to this if this were to ever happen. I have some theories on another spinoff, but I'll wait until later to do that. I want to see how this video plays out. But you know, we could either see, you can either have this series end when Fiona is born, or just when, you know, Monica leaves. And I just think this would be a dope story to tell, you know, to see how these two met, and to see how they got where they're at right now in the stories. And just, man, I would really sign up to see this, and I think it would have possibilities of being better than Shameless itself. Who knows? But I think this would be interesting. Who would you cast as a young Frank or Monica, or who would you cast to be in this spinoff? Let me know in the comments below. What other spinoffs would you like to see? Let me know in the comments below. But until next video, I'm out.